Earlier this week, we celebrated 30 years of Pokemon, one of the biggest, if not the biggest franchise. Pokemon is a huge part of my childhood, and lately my relationship with Pokemon, both as a fan as well as an artist, has been kind of iffy in so many ways. And honestly, watching the 30th anniversary video stream announcement for Pokemon kind of summarized it for me. Though I gotta say, Gen 10 actually looks really good. So let's talk more about it in this video. Yes everyone, Kochi Caturteer in the house here, and I'm the Cat of Chaos, Kochi. I'm a full-time illustrator and animator. And today, let's talk more about Pokemon and, what I feel about it on its 30th anniversary. So earlier this week was Pokemon Day, so they were like celebrating its 30th anniversary, and honestly, leading up to it, the 30th anniversary, my interest in Pokemon waned. But, Gen 10 was actually super cool, and let's talk more about it in this video later on, But let's just talk about Pokemon in general first, shall we? So, I feel like, lately when it comes to Pokemon and all, there's so many things that make me upset with Pokemon. We've got the whole Palworld nonsense, honestly, Scarlet and Violet was not that bad for me. I did enjoy Scarlet and Violet, And, for me, I was actually really excited for Pokemon Legend of ZA initially, especially because of Chikorita. Chikorita is my favorite Pokemon starter, and then, something in me just snapped when I saw the DLC was announced before the game was even out. I was like, I really felt I was being used. Like, hey, everybody just buy Pokemon without thinking, right? I literally got that feeling from Pokemon itself, But at that point of time, I've already pre-ordered Pokemon Legend of ZA at my local game shop. So, well, I got the base game, Until now, it's still wrapped in plastic, untouched. And honestly, I don't really have so much of a desire to play it anymore, I mean, I feel like I've gotten most of the game experience just by watching people talk about it, watch about game, gameplays, playthroughs and all, And honestly, it looks kind of fun, but it looks really grindy. I was like, wow, I've not seen like any full playthroughs per se, all the bits and pieces really make me feel like I know what to expect in Pokemon Legend of ZA. There's no like multi-layers of exploration. There's no like, build your own adventure and all, like Scarlet and Violet. It just feels so empty. I mean the town is empty, but the game itself feels empty, And honestly, initially the one thing that made me upset was the DLC. It feels like they were cutting out a lot of like, important content and put in DLC. In the end, looking at the DLC content, what people talk about it, how I see people play it, I've got zero regrets. It looks like a 100% slogfest just to make you play the game more, but doesn't really add much to it. Pokemon Pokopia actually looks really interesting, but just looking at it, it feels like a stripped down version of Minecraft, weirdly, and it's definitely not convincing me to buy a Switch 2 yet. And recently I also dropped like Pokemon TCG Pocket, because I felt it was just a very bad attention sink, and there was no good payouts from it. It just felt so soulless after a while. Like they didn't care about the collector side of things. They're just aging you to spend money. I mean, it's a mobile game. What do I expect? But I really just don't feel respected by the game itself. And everything about Pokemon feels so factory produced. And the 30th anniversary video, it was an empty shell of a celebration, alright? But there was nothing, it's just announcements after announcement. You just felt like, next, 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 Highlights, I would say, is probably Pokemon Champions, but then again, they really didn't say much about it. Just dropped one cool music video and that's it. And really, I love Pokemon, alright? Pokemon has been there since my childhood, but there's something about Pokemon that's just different to me as an artist, There's something very appealing about Pokemon art. So, with Legend of ZA and their shitty graphics, sometimes, even the Mega Pokemon just feels like slop. But somehow the characters just bring so much color and joy to the series. Like, if you just showed me some of the characters, like, holy shit, this looks like a really good game. Looking at the characters. Then after that, you go like, the actual game, it looks like crap, Yeah, like I feel like the game is a very nice, like, cover to an empty book or a shitty book in that sense, yeah. So honestly, there's something just about the character art that they put up together. It just looks so interesting, yeah. It's so simple yet it's so captivating, yeah, the Pokemon art style. I do not know. And as an artist, it has been fascinating me for a long time, yeah. So what has happened is, I've always been looking at Pokemon arts and go like, it's so simple. Yet there's so much complexity in the simplicity. I just don't know how to do it, yeah. And it's not just in the games. In Pokemon cards, they have the shittiest release cycles, in my opinion, yeah. Alright. And availability is almost a miracle. Like finding it in shops, like, oh my god, I actually found it in shops here. And in Singapore, a lot of shops are like just bumping up the booster pack prices because there's a lack of product, alright, and the best way to like make up for the lack of product to earn more money is to sell at a higher price, yeah. Supply demand kind of nonsense, yeah, if you get what I mean. And all the I don't know, I go to card shows and maybe Singapore card shows, but it feels so disgusting in my opinion. Yeah, like everyone's just talking about prices. No one talks about art. No one talks about love and joy about Pokemon cards. Yeah, and I kind of find it like kind of like jealous when I see Americans. You got like Beard Dad and Coop Collections, who does amazing job. All right, go check out the content. Yeah, and honestly, I'm also really amazed by the Pokemon art in the cards. Like the cards are definitely way more detailed than game arts, yeah, but somehow the artwork, while they come in different art styles and all, there's just this interesting simplicity in the trainers in the Pokemon. He's different. I don't know what he's different, but as an artist, it really makes me very impressed, yeah. And I end up, starting to take a lot of Pokemon arts from the cards, from the games, screenshots, even like Legends Z. I do take some screenshots for it to learn from the character positions, poses, and all. Yeah, and I think it's just really amazing that Pokemon has this very interesting part about the art in there. Okay, so honestly, as an artist, Pokemon is a really interesting thing to look at, to learn from. It's been a basis of where I study my art. Like when I first started out my art journey, I was like, okay, I want to be able to draw like the Pokemon art style. Like literally, that was my goal. And let me know in the comments, do you think I've hit my goal? This artwork, yes, yeah, but it's not yet. Yeah, the thing is going to run for a bit more. But anyways, Gen 10 looks amazing. All right, I love the tower design. The starters, while I was initially upset because I did see a leak that was going to be a fire turtle, but it turned out to be a fire dog. Honestly, the fire dog is absolutely cute, though I have loved a turtle better because I love turtles, okay, yeah? And the main character in the Pokemon Wind and Waves, oh my god, they look so good. I don't know, it's just that simplicity. Like I said, this simplicity in the characters, it just hit so hard. It just looks amazing, yeah. Yeah, and a pleasant surprise was Pokemon Gen 10 is coming out in 2027. Yes, not this year. So that means Nintendo has over a year to convince me to spend on a Switch 2. Yeah. So with that, yeah. Pokemon, end of the day, just feels really like a mixed bag to me, yeah. We've got some really interesting things, right? Like on one hand, as a fan, I think I'm very disappointed. But as an artist, I feel like Pokemon has been giving me a lot of great art reference. Okay, and it actually is spurring me forward to push my art career to possibly one day draw like one of the Pokemon artists being Naoki Saito, sorry, yeah, or the Pokemon anime. Imagine I can just draw a screenshot that just looks like the Pokemon anime. I think that'd be amazing. And for me, I think as an art, as an artist and all, yeah, I think that's the goal I want to set for myself, yeah, to actually be able to replicate or obtain that Pokemon art style here. So, alright, what do you think about this artwork I did over here? I mean, I did try to follow Pokemon art style with the shading, with everything, and I also did the backdrops and all for the Pokemon Wind and Waves here. Let me know what you like about it. Do you like the new starters? I absolutely love the Fire Doggy. I can't remember the name. Dom Pom? I can't remember. But it looks so cute, yeah, okay? And if you want to know more about my toxic relationship, I've got one with YouTube. yes, check out this video over here where I was like, telling you about how YouTube just screwed me over, yeah. And I'll see you in the next one, yeah. Remember, like and subscribe and comment below. What's your favorite starter? See you, yeah.